Hello friends and fans and, well, fan maybe. Welcome back to Chaos Child. And we're going to continue. We're getting close to the end. We're getting close to a big battle. Big battle. Big battle. I think it's about to happen. Her eyes went wide and she immediately tried to read their minds. She felt a sharp pain in the head when she did. They really weren't thinking about anything. There wasn't even the meaningless subconscious noise that all humans produce. Nobody was ever like this. Nobody normal, that is. Mind control. The two of them walked to the escalator as if they were in a daze and then disappeared. All that was left was empty silence. He's well prepared. Another violent pain struck her. This didn't make sense. They'd already vanished. There was no reason why she should be hearing their thoughts. Where was this heavy strain coming from? What? She felt something very strange in her mind and body. And then she saw her left hand slowly begin to move without her controlling it. Great. Are we ready? Yes, everyone's ready to go. Shinjo was out of breath. He'd run back to Alba dorm to take the place of the other officer, who I hadn't seen because I was in Nuki's room. I could tell he'd been literally running around all day. Okay, I'm the only one who'll be here for the next several hours. I gave some false information to the media outside. There's no one here now. You can take the car and go. Miyashiro and Arimura are one thing. When the next officer comes, how do you intend to explain Yamazoe and Yuki Tachibana's absence? That was a good question. There was no way to hide that. And it would be his fault if they went missing. I've heard how to change the subject by talking to you and Rosa, don't worry. I'm not worried about your well-being. I have a lot of work planned for you after this. You can get demoted, but I can't have you being fired. See, this is how I learned. Shinjo sighed. Then Nuki came in, and with Yuto at her side and worried look on her face. She slowly raised her hands. The other hand was clutching Yuto's tight. Yuto's eyes were still red, and he wasn't looking good. Uki seemed to be trying to hold him up. Where are we going? Akihabara for now. What? Akihabara? Oh. Yeah. I've been sure we would go somewhere less densely populated. I thought we'd go somewhere further away. Kunosato was someone in Akihabara helping her. Shinjo looked at her. Someone helping her? A hacker who's better at finding information with a computer than I am. He's a weirdo, but he knows a little bit about the situation. He'll put us up for a while. For some reason, Kunosato furrowed her brow and frowned. He's giving us a fairly decent machine too, though who knows what he'll want in exchange. Shinjo seemed confused. Evidently, he hadn't met this helper of hers. Anyway, what's important isn't how far away from here we go. What's important is getting out to Shibuya. We'll stay there for a while and see how things go. That's the deal. Where's Arimura? Oh, she's in Nono's room on the phone. I see. Arimura had said that she was calling her family before she left. But when she'd taken her phone into Nono's room, she hadn't looked like a girl who was saying goodbye to her family. It always felt that Arimura didn't want to talk about her family, and I hadn't brought the subject up. So I had a vague sense that they weren't on good terms, but I didn't know anything else. Okay, once she's done, we'll go. The car's by the front entrance. We won't have to worry about the media for a while, but be careful when you go in. Get it. The neighbors might be watching. I'm taking you, Yuto. Huh? Suddenly Yuki spoke up. She must have been nervous because she clutched his hand even tighter. She was acting a little strange, but it was also cute to see how much she cared. I couldn't help but smile. I looked at Shinjo and I saw his expression was much the same as mine. Of course, that's been the plan from the start. Is that okay, Yuto? Yeah. Yuto nodded, and then he looked at me. Brother Takuru? Where's Dad? Is he okay? Suddenly I didn't know what to say. Yuto didn't know anything about what was going on. Nor did Uki, who was also looking at me and expecting an answer. It hurt to see how worried they looked. All I could do was tell myself that I couldn't make it any better. I'll tell you later. When's later? Once we get to Akihabara and get settled in. I could tell Yuto was struggling with his feelings. Now it's his turn to grasp Uki's hand tightly. Okay, as long as you promise. Yeah, go get your things. Okay. The two of them must have felt the exact same way as they went to their rooms, still holding each other's hands. Shinjo looked at me with a pained expression. It's fine. Of course that was a lie, but Shinjo was nice enough not to say anything. Shinjo, I want you to check one last thing. Kanasato stared at the hallway where Yuki and Yuto had just left as she spoke. I could tell from the way she was acting that it had something to do with Dad. About 2.5 hours ago, someone appeared at the memorial park claiming to be Miyashiro, right?
Oh.
Yeah. I remembered the news I'd just seen on my tablet. The TV news and Twitter had been talking about how I'd appeared at the memorial park. But of course that was a lie. I was right here. I assume he'll be let off with a warning and released tomorrow? That's the plan. I feel sorry for that guy. But can you do whatever it takes to get him locked up for a few more days? Shinjo seemed to know what he was getting at. He looked at the hallway too. You think Sakuma sent him? She nodded. The timing is such that any number of fates could appear, but it worries me that the man trying to be Takuru Miyashiro didn't make the slightest effort to look like him. Even at the distance, you should be able to tell that it was a different guy. It's true that he wasn't a Chaos Child Syndrome patient, Shinjo said. That was confusing. When I'd seen that man on my tablet, his height and age would be mostly the same as mine. From a distance, it would have been hard to tell us apart. What did Chaos Child Syndrome have to do with it? When that was just a type of PTSD? I'd like to know more about him if I can. Kanasato tapped at her temples. Got it. I'll work something out. It was also strange to see how easily Shinjo agreed to keep an innocent man locked up. It's time to go. Tell Arimura. He pointed to the clock before I could ask any questions. It was 10 PM. Yeah, I've got our things ready. Huh? I opened the door to Nono's room to tell Arimura it was time to go, but there was no one there. The lights were off too. Was she done talking on the phone? Which would mean she was having Kazuki get the last of her things together, so she'd be in the dining room or maybe Yuki's room. Come to think of it, I guess we got Kazuki involved in all this too. Kazuki wasn't involved in the case directly, but she was helping a lot, just because she was a member of the newspaper club. Still, I couldn't ask her to come with us. We were waiting for Shinjo. She tried to tell us that if she'd come too, of course, using only a series of mumbles and gestures like always. But I'd refused, even though I was grateful from the bottom of my heart. She seemed unsatisfied, but I'd finally gotten her to agree to it by promising to keep in touch and to come straight to her if we needed help. I couldn't cause any more trouble for someone who wasn't part of the case. Part of the case, huh? I was suddenly conscious of the smells in Nono's room. Without bothering to turn the lights, I shut the door behind me and walked over to her desk. I ran my hand along it. Only then did I realise the first time I'd been here since her death. That's right, Nono wasn't supposed to be part of the case. Why? She's one of the people who deserves to be happy alive. I knew that. He was right. She wasn't supposed to die. There's no reason she deserved to die. She was simply killed because she'd learned Serika's secret. Onoe. What was her real goal? I remember what Kanasato had asked me this afternoon. What was she really after? I almost screamed as I heard a loud noise from inside my bag. It was the sound of my phone vibrating. I quickly flipped over the bag and spilled its contents onto the floor. I picked up the phone off the floor and read the words unlisted caller in the darkness. That was kind of creepy. I didn't have a good feeling about this. Afraid I touched the answer button. Who's there? There was something I forgot to tell you. You. I moved the phone away from my ear in surprise. It was Serika. There was no mistaking it. I checked the time on the phone without even thinking about it. 10:03 p.m. Listen carefully, this won't take long. Why are you? I realised how hard my heart was beating, and I put the phone back up to my ear. That doesn't matter. I heard a sudden abrupt noise. Had she dropped the phone? Or had something happened? I listened carefully so as not to miss a single word sound. My hands were trembling violently. I hated it. And after I waited a moment... Miyashiro, are you listening? Her voice was somehow weak and feeble. Something was off about the way she was acting. I'm listening. What is it? There was something I forgot to tell you. It was the same thing she just said. Hey, what's wrong? Why? I was the one who killed your parents. I could hear the sound of words she made, but I couldn't understand the meaning of the words themselves. But for some reason, my hand stopped shaking, and it suddenly seemed like everything around me had faded away into a white blur. What? The words were stuck in my throat. I couldn't speak. 6 years ago, during the Shibuya earthquake, I was the one who killed your real parents at that shelter. Once again, I could hear the words, but I didn't understand them. 6 years ago, Shibuya earthquake shelter, real parents. Huh? What? My cheeks suddenly felt hot, and my blurry vision came back into focus in the room. Only then did I realise what she'd said. But what I felt wasn't rage. Why? It was an important event from my past, but one I'd totally forgotten. My parents hadn't died in the earthquake, someone had murdered them at the shelter. It was what Nono had refused to tell me when I'd just woken up from my coma. That was why she lied to me. And that's why I'd ran away from Albadorm and gone to live in Miyashita Park. Why? I repeated. Why would she do that? Why would she tell me that now? All I could hear was her pained breathing. I kept waiting anyway. I couldn't hang up the call. I had to tell you now. I forgot to tell you. But why? I yelled at Serika as she repeated herself. Hey, Inoue? Inoue? Suddenly the call ended. She hung up. I tried to call back and realised it was impossible. It was an unlisted number. What the hell is going on? I whispered, knowing I wouldn't get an answer. Really, what the hell? What was the point of calling me like that? No, there was a bigger question. Why? Why was Serika born? That day, I happened to meet my parents at the shelter. And then I had a terrible headache. That was probably when Serika was born. And then my parents were murdered at the shelter, which would mean that she murdered them right after I created her. My thoughts were a mess, and it was hard to think, but something told me I had to figure this out. Serika said her goal was to keep me alive, but would killing my parents help me with that? Mum and Dad were trying to get me out of the shelter. Killing them would make me less likely to survive, not more. Just like Kunosato said, it didn't make sense. That's right. What Serika was saying didn't make sense. The very first thing she'd done after being born didn't make any sense. Which meant her real goal wasn't to keep me alive? Suddenly, I found myself looking at the picture on my phone. It was a photo of me and my family from Albadorm. It was the same as what had happened with Nono. Sure, she'd figured out who Serika was. But if Serika's goal was keeping me alive, would that mean killing Nono? Nono would always try her best to protect me. She'd even risk her life to do so, which would mean that for Serika, it would be best to keep her alive. She could have just done what they did with Ito, and used mind control to alter his memories about her real identity. So why didn't she? Why did she have to kill Nono? Did she have some other goal? Was that why she had to take Nono's life? If that was the case, then I could feel a certain desire welling up within me, one I hadn't felt in a long, long time. I would find out why. And I would find out if my ridiculous idea was true. And for that to happen, I have to go there. No matter how things end up. Am I serious about this? I checked the time on my phone again. 10:10 p.m. There are 18 minutes left until the moment when everything began. I laughed at it as I ran my hand along Nono's desk again. Was I betraying Nono again? If she was still alive, would she have slapped me across the face if she found out about it? I'm sorry, but you know, you did it too. You lied too in the end. You lied to protect me. So I'm going to do the same. Because this is about you, and you mean everything to me. This is about the reason why you died. I need to know the truth. I was lying when I said I didn't. Of course, thinking about what I was about to do terrified me. But I wasn't going to change my mind no matter what. And I'm going to end the episode here. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like in the section below. And if you want to see more of this, then do subscribe to the channel as I upload every day. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.